Hey, this is Irvin Griffin, and other than a few quips here and there about the Sasha Banks Naomi situation, I've avoided putting my own personal opinion other than I thought what they did was unprofessional. But the more I keep reading and the more I keep finding out and hearing about this whole story, I gotta just say it. Even though I don't think they did the right thing by walking out, I can't take WWE's side anymore. And honestly, I think there's dirty hands on both sides, especially when the news came out that they actually left hours before Raw even went on the air and left their tag team belts on the desk of talent relation guy John Laurinaitis. And if that's all true, then the whole story about them leaving during Raw and being unprofessional and stuff, that's just WWE being petty. And in all honesty, even though I thought they was wrong, and I still kind of think they were, at the same time, I can't really condemn them if that's the case. Because who would want to work for somebody like that? I mean, and let's be honest, those women's tag team championship belts have never meant anything. And if WWE's actions here are to set an example about walking away from them, then it may have backfired. I mean, earlier this year, we saw Tony Storm pretty much just say, F this, I'm out. And now we're seeing Sasha Banks and Naomi do this. I'm sorry, but for those WWE defenders, they're saying they're unprofessional. They were wrong. They were about to get a singles push. But here's the problem. They were both booked to lose. And then you're affecting one of your important championships, supposedly, in the process. This just shows I don't think they cared about the women's division, and they care even less about a women's tag division. You know who's one of the people that pushed for a women's tag team division? Oh, yeah, the one that's being the so-called diva right now, Sasha Banks. And I've never been her biggest fan. That honor goes to Prince GMO of Club Atlantis. But even I'll admit, she, along with Bailey, actually were the main ones pushing for it. But, oh, she's such a diva. Really? Really now? And honestly, we haven't heard anything on Naomi, but from the looks of things, Sasha Banks is probably living her best life right now. I mean, from appearing on Kevin Hart's Cold as Balls, doing an interview right there in that old peak outfit, to chilling with, of course, this is an old video clip right here, but from chilling with Snoop Dogg's son at a Steve Okia concert, I mean, to even getting with cousin Snoop himself on a upcoming project, so for some NTFs, some art, some cards, so, and not to mention the Mandalorian, possibly from her starring role there, which might launch her into some acting. She's probably happier now than she's been in years. Yeah, I'm just speculating because I don't know the young lady, but shoot, I doubt she's crying too much over losing those women's tag team belts. Now, as for Naomi, you might be wondering, why do I got a picture of Jimmy Uso and Mark Henry up here? Well, apparently Mark Henry had some opinions about the walkout, and even furthermore, had opinions about what was said that night. But his ire was not at Sasha Banks nor Naomi. His ire was actually at the husband of Naomi. You see here, Jimmy Uso. There's what he had to say.
We fight every night. Now that's not kosher. I reminisce with bliss of when we was closer and wake up to be greeted by an argument again. You act like a 10, so immature. I try to concentrate on the cure and keep looking at the front door. Thinking if I were to evacuate, you'd probably be straighter than straight and wouldn't have so much much hate. Cause you don't know the pain I feel when I see you smiling. And when I roll up, you start wilding.
What Mark Henry said about Corey Graves got the attention of five-time WCW champion and WWE Hall of Famer Booker T. And Booker T responded to Mark Henry with this.
I'm looking at the front door. Baby, I'm looking at the front door. I'm looking at the front door. And when you're with your friends, I glide to the side until the spotlight is mine and never sabotage a good time. But when they're not around, the fights commence. I'm the one you're against, and it doesn't make sense. Cause I'm the one that you claim to love for life. But all I get is gray hairs and stripe.
Hey. So basically, this Negro, Mark Henry, wanted Jimmy Uso, granted, he's part of the Samoan dynasty, or the Samoan Mafia, as we like to call him in Club Atlantis, wanted him to go down and smack Corey Graves for something that most likely he was told to say by Vince McMahon. Really? Really? No, if you was going to do that, no, the one you need to find is Vince. Because you really think that Corey Graves would have said that on his own? Really? Really? You basically wanted him to do a Will Smith, is what you wanted him to do. Or what you said he should have did. Yeah, I'm with Booker T on this one. And sometimes Booker says some suspect, I can't speak English, suspect stuff. But on this one, I'm with him, man. Mark Henry, really, you was there for over 25 years. You of all people should know how that company rolls or how that company goes down. You of all people, man. I mean, for that one, I have to say, hold this L. For real. And right here, this is not intentional. This is just the way iMovie set it up. But I imagine this is what Sasha Banks, both of them, and Naomi probably both want WWE to go do. And I don't think I need to say the phrase. You get the idea. Anyway, I'm going to stop right there. I'm out.